Okay. I have no idea if we're live. Oh, it looks live. Yes, we are live. Well, guys, decided to go for YouTube today because, yeah, I've been responding to a few comments in the Roguebook discussion forums on Steam, and there have been quite a few, well, not quite a few, but a few comments about RNG, and so I decided to just make a run on Epilogue 15, explaining some strategies and some things that you can do to mitigate RNG. And I guess a certain day I like to go to a certain thing on RNG, but it's fine. I'm gonna go Fugoro because I haven't played a lot of Fugoro in Epilogue 15 because I essentially switched to Epilogue 27 really fast after he was released, so should be fun. And let's just go Fugoro. Let's just go Fugoro Shara just to make it.
I'm ready.
I don't know.
Let's begin.
Right. I'm gonna play at Epilogue 15 and I have everything unlocked. So this is sort of like what the developers envision as the max difficulty. It's not really the max difficulty. Yeah. And I will try to explain as much as I can. And hopefully I stay that way, because the few times I've tried to do these type of things, I usually make it to chapter 1, and then in chapter 2 it just goes off the rails and I forget to do it. So yeah, let's just go. It's gonna be Fugoro Shara Epilogue 15. I would explain. And the idea, if you're finding it hard to win at Epilogue 15, then you should just try to stay down playing it until you essentially feel like you can win every run, because you should be able to win every run. Like, so
This will be fun.
right.
Be on alert.
So sometimes new players focus too much on the things that they don't know, and they just don't go over the things that you can know beforehand. So you have quite a few resources at the beginning. You have your 2 gems, your starting treasure. Before you click on the starting treasure, it's a good idea to just check the deck just to, so that you notice the replacements and know. Sometimes that matters a little bit. In here we got a quick strike, we got a dagger cage, and a patience and direct hit. If nothing else, quick strike is a decent target for the scholar shard. So is dagger cage, so it's just gonna depend on what we see. Got just your regular common ink, it's fine. And if this hero did not lack, so the hunting cloak is probably goes better on Shara. This is quite a weird pair for it, but
We could use this.
yes, exactly. Right, so things to note before you take the first fight. So always check your final boss. It's not gonna be that relevant at the beginning, but you know, it might curve some choices, and it's good to know that. Then you check the shop, and this is one of the big differences between Slay the Spire and Roguebook.
Some of this looks
Is that you have access to the shop your entire the entire chapter, and you should use it to essentially curb your choices, because knowing what you have here is gonna influence the choices you make through the vault, or at least it should. Because essentially sometimes you get a card that either synergizes well with what you have in the shop, or it solves a different problem, and or the same problem that you could do, that you could solve by just buying something in the shop. So you can just buy something else. What comes to mind here when I see the shop, treasures are good, but they're expensive. So is that dimensional pouch is fantastic, especially if we pair it with this color shard. Make it a droid self, it's really good. So yeah, that's pretty decent. Direct hit, we already have one of them, but another one is fine. Archer's Emerald is pretty decent, especially if we get a bravery going. Rebos is fine. And okay, the next thing you should do before doing anything else is just check where the towers are, how far away are they from the main path, and where are your treasures. For example, that boots of Yulani are pretty good, and they're within the reach of the tower. And the bracers are okay, but the problem is that they're not that far away. And then just check how many fights you have accessible through the towers, right? So that's 2, 3, 4. So we got 4 fights, and then this one we can get there, making our way through the bracer. And this one is not that far away from the tower on the right. So yeah, it's a pretty decent map. And so yeah, just plan ahead before doing anything. Now, let's talk a little bit about the bolts, I guess. You don't have to open the bolts immediately. In fact, you shouldn't open the second bolt immediately. Before the first fight, you probably want to, although again, this is epilogue 15, so I'm gonna adjust my play a little bit here. I usually go for it because you need to improve your deck quite a bit more in epilogue 27, and because like for more than half the runs you either have Aurora or Fugoro. I guess about half the runs, I don't know. Yes, you have Aurora, Fugoro, and I'm sorry, and Aurora and Zephyr or Zephyr, and for those you essentially, they have built-in sustain, and since you're paying 5 HP or I guess 10 HP by using gold, that helps because you get an extra take of that sustain, right? In epilogue 15 that's not as relevant. And you also note that you have 3 different pools of enemies. You have the first pool, which deals with 3 enemies in the, it contains 3 possible enemies in 3 possible fights in chapter 1, 3 possible fights in chapter 2, and then 2 possible fights in chapter 3. They tend to be a lot easier to handle, and so you can probably just take the fight without worrying too much. Maybe you pay a little bit of HP, but often it's not gonna be any HP. Now the worst fight you can see is probably Homeland Defender because they hit hard, but other than that, for example, the Jacks are probably the easier ones. So they're all attacking, that's actually unusual. We can just kill one and then just block probably. So it's 15, 20, ooh. Huh. So maybe we can kill everything. Huh. Taking damage then. It's fine, it's gonna be 6 damage, so it's not the end of the world, I suppose. I could try to draw, but I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, no, we can kill something, but... Right? Wait, this is 8. No, we got enough. Okay, so we hit. We get that. Huh. Also take into account that you don't have to slot the gems immediately. You can actually wait for having a use for them mid-fight, and you can sort of use them like potions. in that sense. Now, obviously, sometimes you know which ones you want to use, so it doesn't matter. Other times it does. Gonna be able to kill it most of the time, I think, because we can do quite a bit of damage. Yep. So that was the first fight. Now, do note that in Roguebook you do not get a draft. You open the drafts. That means that you control the pace at which you make the choices about improving your deck, and that is quite different, and that gives you quite a bit of control. Because if you open the vault, means that you don't. You're forced to make the choice at that point. So in this case, it's usually not good to just open the vaults immediately, especially since you're gonna have to explore a little bit anyways, because you don't have any fights available. Well, I guess you have the elite, but you shouldn't take the elite right now. And remember, I told you about the pools. The second pool goes from the second fight to the fourth fight. So you have 3 fights in the second pool, and it's often quite varied. And you have a couple of fights that are hard in here and that require certain tools. And I'm especially thinking about Sid Sower, which is the big guy that puts a weakened aura of weakness in the front, and the Zephyr Bullpine, which is the one that takes half damage every other hit. The Bullpine attacks every turn. It has a couple of attacks that are not that big, especially in Epilogue 15, where they don't scale. Because in Epilogue 27, because you have Rising Fervor, every turn they gain 1 power. In here, they don't scale as much, although Sid Sower do scale. But they still have a bunch of HP and they hit hard, so they do worry you a little bit. And then you have other fights too, like the Tikis and the Slingers that require a little bit of knowing how to play them, but they're not that hard. So you generally just want to explore a little bit before starting opening bolts, but you do want to open them once you have explored. Now, because you have this path, that gives you, this is like your launching pad to get to the towers. Things to consider before starting to explore is like just mind the overlap and try to play around that a little bit. Now, I often see really new players don't care about the overlap and just start spamming, but then players that have played a little bit, then they start to try to min-max too much, and just to try to maximize the amount of hexes they uncover by just taking the fights, and they end up losing a lot of HP because they just don't explore before taking the second fight. Just take your time and you're going to be able to essentially deal with a lot. Now, that doesn't mean that then you just ignore trying to be efficient. It's just that it's another thing to consider. So in this case, for example, this has 2 overlap over there, so that's where 8, and it has no overlap on the left, so 8 is not horrible, because but we can probably find a better spot. Let's check here. That doesn't really help us on the left, and it still has 2 over there, so this would be a 7. There is no overlap though. And this would be a 9, which no overlap there, but it has quite a bit of overlap here. So now the other option is straight out using the inks without using 2 inks just to get to one side, but I think a brush is justified here. Just let's consider other spots. That one doesn't really quite get us to it only has 1 overlap, so it will be a 10. It does get us to the tower on the right and helps a little bit setting up the tower on the left, but I usually don't take that long. This long is just trying to find a good spot, I guess. Also, it's been a while since I've had the main path. Because in Epilogue 27 you have the Incognita, which doesn't have the main path. That makes a huge difference in terms of what you can do with exploration. I don't hate this one, but then again, getting to the tower on the... Oh, maybe I want to get to the tower on the left first and don't care that much about the tower on the right. That's not an awful thing. Yeah, sure. Let's do this one. Yeah. Didn't cover anything, so we're a bit unlucky. Oh, other thing that you should not do. You should not visit the ruins of sight before you have opened up both towers. And the reason why you don't want to do this is that it could open something within the reach of the tower, which you would have seen anyways. So it's bad in that way, but it's also bad because this thing only targets high value targets in the map. You're essentially robbing yourself of a high value target. So it's not just the few squares that it uncovers, it's also that high value. So just take that into account. And in Epilogue 15 or 16, anything without Terra Incognita, there is no reason not to do this, what I'm doing. Okay, so now that we found the first farewell, let's talk a little bit about farewells because they are important. And they're mainly the main targets that you want to find each chapter, especially if you have greed, right? So you want to try to find at least 2, to the point that if you haven't found the 2 farewells, you should just use your resources to try to find them. Now, there are some exceptions, of course, especially against greed. Against everything else, probably 1 is fine. Let's just take the treasure because there's no point in not taking the treasure here. And now yeah, that's an 11 with what, 1 overlap. Yeah, I like it, so we just do it. Oh, we found an ink.
What's this doing?
And we found the second farewell, and let's say we didn't find that there. The farewells like to be above the shop or in the same line as the shop within 3 hexes. No, at least as far 3 hexes from the edges and the main path. So just take that into account. Also from each other, so they don't like to be near each other. That's why they more often appear in both opposite sides of the main road. Now that's not guaranteed though. It's just a happenstance of why the size of the map. So take that into account when you're exploring. And yes, now we can visit the ruins of sight.
Over there.
Yeah,
Really?
big rune of sight. Which, I mean, they're good. It's just that it's a bit far away. Let's see the second one.
Let's see.
Yeah, just go pick up pile. Now, it is most likely worth it to just use the 5 and get the bracer, because we're gonna be able to do quite a. Oh, actually, we don't have access to that spot. Maybe through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we brush. Now, I don't think we do it just yet. I think we're just gonna start opening bolts now before taking this, because if we get an explosive ink, that's quite a decent explosive ink from there. That's like a 27 or something, 26. Good. So now we have how many bolts? We got 1 heart, which we can keep. We don't have to use right now, and we have 4 bolts. That's quite a bit of bolts. And just double check the shop
So
just to
many trinkets
remind
from our
us what
world.
options
Some
we
of this
have.
looks familiar.
And we're definitely gonna buy that dimensional pouch at some point, but we take it into account, because if we see one here, we take the discount probably. But okay, let's just go and start opening bolts. Okay, so what do we care about in chapter 1? Right now we care a little bit about damage because we need to kill the enemies, and we don't deal a lot of damage. With this pair we do a little bit more than with other pairs. Now Whisper Charger is not good generally, but it's okay with Aurora and Chara because they swap a lot, and they like to swap, so that's not bad. Apparate is a little bit too early for it. I don't hate the card, it's just that, again, right now we care about damage. Now Devouring 1 is interesting. We already have 2 very well, so that's pretty decent. The first 2 turns. It does double duty, it blocks and it deals damage, and there is a possibility that we can use it as a late game one-shot killer against Greed. Now you don't take it because you're gonna do that, but it's a possibility, so it's something to consider if you want. I think we're just taking the Devouring Wind. I can see taking the Charger, especially if you had a Gem of Evolution. Sorry, no, the other one, the Growing Spirit or something like that. The one that gives you 1 extra charge. It becomes okay. It's a lot better. And with Fuoro and Chara, it's also pretty good. So, you know, the very one. Yeah. Now. Okay. So we don't have any allies just yet, so lead is not gonna be good generally, because essentially lead is just like launch, and you already have a launch, which is pretty good, but you know, you don't need another one. Try to enchant is kind of weird because you don't really care about draw right now because, well, don't have a lot of energy, and you draw, your deck is quite small, so you have access to it quite fast, so it's not fantastic. Now Inkbomb is pretty good. It's pretty good in general, but it's pretty good right now, and we have a fantastic gem to go with it, because that means that we can just save it in hand and use it in the turn where we're getting hit for a multi-hit, and that -6 power becomes a lot more block. The mark is also pretty good. It also combos quite nicely with the direct hit, so yeah, it's pretty good. So we're clicking on it. Yeah, it's gonna do a lot of work. So
I'll take it.
okay, so Mirror Image, do not underestimate Mirror Image. It's quite a good card in the right circumstance. This is not a good one, especially because it's competing with these two. Now there's no wrong choice here. Diamond Strike is pretty good. It scales with damage. If you have played Slay the Spire, this is like the what's the name of the card in? Oh, I'm kind of drawing blank. The Wallop, right? Wallop in so it's sort of plays out like Wallop. Remember that Fuoro has the staff, so it has +5 if you play it first, but you have other ways to scale it, which is pretty good. On the other hand, Flow Machine is just insane, because Fuoro's epics are even better. So I'm just gonna go with Slot Machine because, you know, I can't help myself. But
Reasonable.
and now Slot Machine might just be, it's just as good as a target as the, well, it's not as good as the pouch. It's dimensional pouch, and the main reason is it's not really because it's not great in Slot Machine. It's fantastic just to have a 0 cost, get 2 cards, and one with, it's essentially 0 cost, 1 energy, and then get an epic. So that's pretty good. And it is random, but then again, you don't care about it being random. The reason why dimensional part is just pretty good with the extra draw is just because you put 2 coins in the deck, so you just accumulating effects there. And it at the beginning might not sound like a lot, but man, it actually works out quite well. That's another thing to take into account. It's like a lot of these things you start, and do not try to build a deck, but just get small I guess we can call them heuristics, like, you know, situations and contexts that you can sort of extract what it's common in between runs, and then just do that and try to think small, not like try to, because again, yes, there are there's a lot of uncertainty in the bots, so you just use everything else that you have available to you, all the information you have available to you, and to try to mitigate that. And it will surprise you how often just feel in control of what's happening. Okay, so all of these are fantastic. I would like a mode where you just buy all the cards. But this one, there is one that is better than the other ones, and it's Bodyguard. Bodyguard is fantastic. It's probably one of the best Fugoro cards, and Fugoro has quite an amount of good cards, and it's especially good right now. It essentially makes direct hit, sliding strike, and then the first strike you play each turn, regardless of if it is a direct hit or a sliding strike, block for 5, which is pretty good early on, and later on is also pretty good. And do not discount the fact that it's aggressive, so that makes it very, very good against Seed Sower and the Vulpine, which are our two worst fights right now. So that's fantastic, and it also helps against the bots, against the bosses, chapter 1 bosses. It kind of solves the spider fight by itself, and I mean, obviously we need to play other stuff, but we already can just play the other stuff and have the Bodyguard, and we win that fight for sure. So yeah, it's just, and now we get a talent, and we get to choose what we want. This one, it's probably one of the reasons, one of the main complaints is like they see new players see knife juggling and then just think, well, I'm getting offered knife juggling, and if I don't see any dagger cards, then it's kind of useless. Which is a fair point, by the way. You never take sustain in Epilogue 15. At least you shouldn't need to. In Epilogue 27 you might consider it. But by the way, if you haven't noticed, the options are stable. That means that you don't know which ones you're gonna get, but you always get the same triplets regardless of no, let me rephrase that. Okay, so you're gonna get a random one, but the combination itself is not gonna be random. So the triplets are always gonna be the same. So knife juggling is always gonna be accompanied by Horguard, and in this case Horguard is actually legit. We got Slow Machine, so, and we could buy the other epic. We're probably not going to because we don't need to, but it's something to consider. Now I would probably hold on to this because we don't need it right now, so we can just see if we can find a recall or something like that and not take it, and be fine.
So many trinkets
Right,
from our
I'm gonna
world.
buy the dimensional
Some of
pouch
this
anyways.
looks familiar.
Do we need it? Probably not, but it's gonna do work, so might as well just get it. And this is one of those cases where I don't really see another good target for
Dazzling.
it. It's not gonna hurt us, so we can just do it. And this one we probably want to hold on, but that is the most likely scenario of what's gonna happen. But we can just wait a little bit, I guess. Now, you generally don't want to take the leads fast. Actually, you never want to right now. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get an explosive ink. Another thing to consider, and it's that if you have a pigment, sorry, you cannot get another pigment if you cannot apply it. So if you already have one and you want inks to essentially go either approaching towers or just exploring to get essentially going into an empty space to get a good brush, you can just use that fact. You could also technically go to 0 and then take fights, or if you're in 0, you could just delay taking a lead and trying to take normal fights just to guarantee that you get inks. In this case, we're actually actively going for a pigment, so we just take this fight, and the deck should be a lot better now. And I think we want Charlie
Cover my
front
back.
because Dimensional Pouch and the Sword of Destiny, right? Right. Yeah, Trail Slingers is just a damage check. You want to kill them fast. We're probably gonna be able to. On the other hand, the Ink Bomb is quite useful, so.
Come on,
Oh,
heads.
sweet. We got 2 more incoming, so we're probably just gonna wait a little bit for that. See what we get. Oh, cool. Go this way.
Heads or tails?
Yeah, we probably want to do it this way because that allows us to set up the mark and get an extra hit there with this. Like that. And we can keep the Ink Bomb, honestly. It's not gonna matter much. Huh. Oh, let me switch to life shot just in case. Oh, nice. This is essentially flash gems are sort of like potions, but better. In Slay the Spire, you only have 3 slots, but not really, because your entire deck becomes a target, and right now, generally you just want to wait a little bit until you really need them to use them. But let's just take another fight, because again, we want to try to find a pigment, and we're not really worried about second pool fights right now. Deck is pretty good against all of them. Alright, it's the Tikis. The Tikis with fights where you don't have AoEs, you don't want to really kill them at the same. You don't want to rush killing them. You just want to block enough, and obviously don't take damage. So right now we're taking a damage, so we're probably gonna have to kill some, but. Or at least, well, I mean, in this case we can probably just kill. Yeah, we can just kill all of them and uncover this guy. We are taking damage though. It's not a lot of damage, but it is damage. I guess we take the 3 damage and 4. And the reason why you don't want to rush killing this guy is because you're just gonna get another guy in front, but if you kill all of them, you uncover the guy in the back and just kill it. And the fight is over. So, it's the main. Again, we actually take the other fight as well. We're fishing for a pigment. If we don't find it, we're fine anyways, but it's the Seed Sower, okay. And we got the bodyguard, so it's fantastic. It's probably not gonna come into play. Yeah, we don't hate taking damage here. We can. You're gonna be surprised how much influential that extra this damage is gonna be. So we're gonna hit for 20. This blocks for enough. for more than enough actually, and we might want to consider 17. So I can do sliding strike, dimensional pouch, and then go into the front. There you go. And now we're guaranteed, the way this guy works, and a lot of enemies work this way, is that you got the attacks themselves are random, but you have a pool of they're essentially draws from a pool. So they, if you know what they have done, you can predict what they're gonna do next. So in case of Silsower, he doesn't attack. So he does multi-hit, hit, and then buff. So if he did the other two, then the other option was that one. So now we can probably hold on to the ink bomb, because if we get the multi-hit, we essentially block for a lot. So and we keep Furo in the back. Yep, it's the multi-hit, and we get to do this ink bump, and that blocks as well, and it gives us a mark, so we can do this and block for it even more. And sliding strike is gonna block for even more than that. Actually, it's dead. So that bodyguard blocked for a lot, and it actually dealt how much damage? 4 turns, 20 damage. So for 1 energy, did you block for, I don't know, 10, 15 block and dealt 20 damage? That's pretty decent. We didn't find the explosive. That's fine. I could consider going over here, try to fish for it, but I don't think it's worth it. And the reason I don't think it's worth it is because we're already in the last pool, right? These are the last 2 fights. So the last 2 fights, we probably want the bracer and explore a little bit more. So we're just gonna do that. I can do 3 and brush. Probably not a good idea. I can do, well, I guess the 4. Well, we can do 3 just to have access to the fight. Nice. We can do 4 and then brush from here. You generally want to ink into an open space and then brush. So the maximum you can get, I think, is 16. Then you can get 18 from the, or 19 from a pigment, from the, yeah. Now, do we want to get the talent out? We only found 1 heart. That's kind of unusual, but it happens, I guess. So I could see myself going over there. I do quite like the royal ink. I would love to keep it for next chapter, but this is a decent one to get. So I can just use all of it, 5 or 3, or I could use 3, then brush, and then 3. Yeah, that's not bad either. So now, elite or other fights. I think it's, in this case, are we still fishing for that explosive? The answer is probably not. We probably don't care anymore. Now,
So many
let's talk
trinkets
about
from our
mashups against Chapter
Some
1
of this
boss,
looks
because
familiar.
those are more important right now. And so Tiki Palanquin, which is the one that it has 3 guys, it's quite tactical, the fight, in the sense that the way you take the fight is more important than the deck itself. I mean, you still need a kind of solid deck to deal with it, but yes, knowing how to take the fight is more important. The Deep Boot Stalker, which is the spider, that's about scaling damage, and Triton Bodyguard provides enough scaling to deal with that fight, probably, because it's going to help us block a bit, and it's gonna just do constant damage, and that's just good enough. Now the Crocs Krog Ogre King, that one worries me a little bit more, because that one is about dealing with the dinners. If you cannot deal with the dinners fast enough, it scales out of hand pretty fast, and we're not that explosive in that sense. Now we could get something from Slot Machine, but although I love Slot Machine and in the long run it pays quite nicely, it's not something that you should only, it should be just your only option, or at least your first choice. It should just be complementary. So right now we got Ink Bomb that helps a little bit with direct hit and other stuff, so it's not horrible, but yeah, I would like something else to deal with the dinners.
So many trinkets from our world.
Worst case scenario, we could just go direct hit, or we could just go repost and get the knife juggling and just hold on to a few daggers. That's also a choice, an option that we have. But now the question is, do we want to take the elite? And I think so. I think we want to take the elite first. We're still in business for an explosive, I think, because if we go 3 and then explode, we explode from here. Oh yeah. If you're liking the game, yes. It adds essentially 4 extra combinations, and in this kind of game, in Roguebook, the combinations essentially means that it's like a different character. So it's not one character, it's 4 characters, because those pairing of card pools makes the game. So yeah, if you like the game, I would highly recommend getting the expansion. I guess you can just see if you like it from here, right? But so we could use the royal and explode from here. If we get an explosion, we can go from it. Okay, so the elites that we have are Queen's Assassin. Queen's Assassin is a bit complicated, but we can just put the bleed on Chara, and we don't worry that much about it. That's fine. Or the Voice of Hunger, we don't care that much about, because again, it's sort of like Tiki Palanquin, in which the way you take that fight is really important, and once you know how to take it, you shouldn't take that much damage, especially here. With Racing Fervor, it's a bit more difficult to gauge, and with Gladiator rounds, that would be like Epilogue 16, then it becomes a lot harder, because it deals 20% extra damage out of the gate. That makes it deal a lot more damage. Now the Kodama, which is just the one that puts vulnerable on you, that's probably our... No, Wings Assassin is still our worst matchup here, but we still don't have good ways to deal with Kodama. Kodama hits every turn. We don't have a lot of block. So I guess there is a case for just buying the... Yeah, if you can find them during sale, that would be great.
So many trinkets from our world.
Yeah, I think that convinced me to just get repos and go knife juggling here. We get 16 cards. Not quite ready to click on direct hit, although I could consider it. But we would like to leave our options open for that. Block guardian is okay. We don't have either a duplicator or a multi-hit, so yeah. Alright, so let's just take one of these fights, I guess. Okay, it is Kodama. Okay. Now, the bodyguard is gonna be crucial here. Look a little bit. Oh, nice. And if we play it from the back, that means that we can probably go 1, 2, hit with this. Then we block for enough, right? 1, 2, this will be 18, 18, 5. Right. There you go. Right. Well, this is a bit awkward because we probably want to play. So we do this so that patience has a discount. Because we probably want to play patience anyways. We get the launch out. That way our dimensional power is free. Do this. That. We probably want to keep the daggers just to see if we can get the power coins. So it's 14. And we got a wishing star. That means we can probably do an insane amount of damage, can we? So you just do this. Get the mark coin.
Come on, heads.
Oh, nice. But I just completely blanked out that we have that cage.
Heads or
Do it that
tails?
way. This. Oh, sweet. But we get the direct hit again. That was probably a mistake there. Lost 3 damage, it's fine. Yeah, we do it this way.
Come on, tails.
Alright, do we need... So we're gonna be able to block for 11 or 12. Gonna take damage here. Right, there's no way to not take damage. This is 17 plus, yeah, I mean, I could use that, but I don't think it's needed, so I guess we just do it this way. It's fine. You want to keep the HP loss even between characters. That way you maximize the hearts if you need to use them.
Come on, heads. Exhilarating.
A little bit of a price, but not that much. We got another shiny diamond, which we can probably use. Huh. I'm picking up the heart just so that if we got a nick, it gets dropped in the floor. That way we're not forced to pick it up. Because we're probably gonna use the hearts anyway at some point. And we do try to find an explosive. Okay, the wisps. The wisp is just about killing them fast. Like it's not that convoluted of a fight. This is 20, so if we do this, it's a little bit less, but still enough. Yeah. Right, nice. Well, this is interesting. So we're getting hit for quite a lot though. 28, 32. So we're probably gonna have to use one of these, to be honest. Don't feel comfortable. Well, I guess if we get the Dark Age, then we're fine. Can we get the Dark Age? The answer is not right now, but we could. Just need to kill something, I guess. I'm not quite ready to... Well... Yeah, I'm not quite ready to swap, so we just do this. There it is. Pretty solid fight. And we did get our explosive. So... yeah, I kind of like the idea of just going... So, my point was going 5 or 5. Yeah, 5 brushes, not bad. Yeah. Again, it's... don't try to overdo, just keeping the resources. 20 is acceptable, especially because we're gonna get that super rune of sight. And without 1 gem... Ooh, this is an interesting one, because I love Rock Diamond. Rock Diamond makes the repos so much better. But Color Shard might be just too good to pass, especially because we have Slot Machine. We have so many good targets for it too. Quick Strike, Slot Machine, Dark Age, so yeah, we'll just take that one.
What's
Yeah, we're going there. Nice. On another heart, which is great. 16, so we're gonna be able to get another talent if we wanted to. And we probably do. We do visit this beforehand, I think. Yep. Let's just go. Alright, so yeah, it makes no difference, honestly. Let's get a little bit of gold here. I think we're gonna go for the treasure, but this is not horrible. I think Ogre Belt was in the shop, so it cannot be Ogre Belt. We like Ogre Belt, but right now it only triggers with Ink Bomb and Patience when we play them in the right turn. So extra max HP is actually decent with this pair, right? So do not underestimate this one, but yeah, let's just have a drink. Oh, okay, so we got this. So we got that. We got that debuff, which means we probably take the elite because it's actually quite useful in the elite. And especially taking into account our deck. And now we are probably going to go.
Trinkets from our world.
Yeah, we're gonna
Some of
go
this
and
looks
open the
familiar.
vault and see where our options are. because that's gonna influence which one we buy, which is probably gonna be the direct hit, most likely. Oh yes. Now Valkyrie is a fine card, but we don't have any sources of courage right now. We don't really get them. I mean, we want them if we can take them, but the Jack is so good that it's just not. No, it's not even.
I'll take it.
That Jack does so
many
much.
trinkets from
And
our
now I feel very
Some of this
comfortable
looks
taking this
a little
direct hit. Okay. Now it's not a wayfarer here. We don't care that much about exploration unless you're playing tournament. And I mean it's fine, it's not bad, but these are pretty good talents, so don't have any sources of courage, but Berserker makes courage insane. That being said, I think Heavy Pain might just be just straight out better. It's better right now, and it's yeah. That makes our Jack applies 2 marks, and so it also makes ink bombs apply 2 marks. So that's good enough right now, and it's gonna be good enough later on as well. So now if we get some courage going, well, there is a narrative that lets you get it back if. So it's not completely gone, but it is Queen's Assassin. Okay, so we probably won. Yeah, obviously we don't want to take damage, so we just set up with this, and this is why this fight. Oh, I wanted to draw that, but we're gonna get another shot at it, and just get that 2 marks, those 2 marks there. Unlock this. And oh, I messed it up. Dimensional push is gonna. Well, I guess we just accumulate a little bit of. Who takes the bleed then? This is important here, and I think I don't hate patience, although maybe we try to hunt for slot machine, a second slot machine, but no, patience seems fine to me. Yeah. Actually, the daggers are a bit of a liability, I'm not gonna lie, because we got DC, so. On the other hand, that means that we draw so many cards. Just do it this way, I guess. I think Dimensional Pouch is worth it, to be honest. Oh, it's score neutral, so we don't care that much. Just gonna rush that guy. Again, that DC makes this fight quite different from how you usually play it, but I'm all for it. Okay, so let's just get the power up. That means that we're gonna be able to do Dimensional Pouch next turn. Keep potion. I should probably block just to have it. We already have enough blocks that we don't care. And now it's just about, you know, getting the Bausch out, and we can probably finish the fight before it takes the other turn, but if we can't, it's fine. We just take another hit. What you got for us? Okay. No, just do this hit, honestly. It's a bit silly, but get that Bausch out. And just use this, I guess. It's card neutral, and actually it is not. It's even better because we get the coin and the kill card. Nice. Oh, we did lose dimensional bars that time through the deck, but we have so many coins that it's not gonna matter, is it? We can probably just play the daggers as we get them, and we got enough, so let's just do that.
I feel stronger.
7 HP in that fight is quite okay. We're most likely never gonna use that red diamond. It's a bit sad, but just how it works out. I don't think we care that much about that gold pile, but we might. And I don't hate keeping the brush to get in between the in between fights, in between chapters, sorry. Let's see what we get. Actually, that is nice. That is very nice. So look here and do this. Do this. Get 1, 2 Helmet of Destruction with the, yep, because it's free now. Yeah, most likely scenario we're gonna be able to deal with this guy quite efficiently. Just doing this. Yeah, now this fight becomes a lot easier. Oh, savage. Fine game, fine. We'll do it your way. Upright kills there. Oh. Hmm. So, what are our options here? We can spend... Yeah, we probably don't want to spend ticks going to for the Roguebook pile. It's a fine... It's a decent gold pile, so it's not horrible, but I think we value the resources quite more, especially since we already found 2 firewalls and 1 gemstone. That still leaves 2 alchemists, the other gemstone, and we're still missing 2 narratives, so yeah, it's not horrible, but I think we can just keep going now. Let's talk about hearts. I do think we just use 1, and that probably should be enough. That should be enough. Don't care that much about any of this right now, but we got some, like a couple of emergency flash germs, so it's gonna make these fights a lot easier. It's Croc, so Croc is probably our worst mashup, but I don't think it's gonna be a problem at all. So let's do that. Get this set up here. Stars are gonna come in handy in dealing with the ads.
So be it. Return whence you came.
Oh yes, this is great. Okay, so we do it here. Oh, that's unfortunate, but no, you don't want to kill them at the same. Yeah, we don't want to kill them too fast now. Because we're guaranteed to kill them next turn, regardless. And we want to bait the... Yeah, you want to bait that. And we just keep the daggers for the dagger cage and the emergency. Here we get this. That's useful. Mhm. Seven. Oh, this is nice. It's gonna be 20. We can block for 25, 26. I mean, we deal quite a lot of damage. Nice. So we do it this way. You know, as you do. Alright. Yeah, with Krog it's just about the dinners. If you can do with the dinners, the fight is easy. If you can't, well, it gets a little bit complicated, but
Rest well.
Gems over treasure first doesn't really matter that much. Now, cards over treasure doesn't matter. That decision, I mean, I like to do it this way, but I used to do it the other way, treasure first. Either is fine. Now, let's talk about cards over gems or gems over card. I pick gems quite often because cards come on trios, but in Epilogue 27 the cards are particularly good because every time you buy something you lose 10 HP. That makes it quite a bit of. Often it makes them enticing. In this case, I don't think we care that much, and that's a pretty decent gem, so I think we just take it. It's gonna come in quite nicely with Dire Cash or Quick Strike, so. Well, the crown is great, it's just that with this pair we don't really have a lot of 2 costs that we want to play. At least we don't have them right now. So it's probably gonna be the hat. It's a lot of gold piles and a lot of exploration that we don't have to do, and it makes the runes of sight better. The Mark of Predator is just a bad treasure, so we don't care. Another thing that makes Slay the Spire a little bit, it makes it different than Slay the Spire in terms of the balance of things and how to evaluate them, is that you have quite a bit of control how much energy you're gonna get, because as soon as you get to the 3rd area, well, you have a guarantee +1 energy, and you can get there pretty much every time. At least 3. You often get more than that, quite often. So
better than one.
this is just a troll move by the game because you can't really go back. So you always check the shop and see what we get. Okay, so we got a reload and bodyguard. I think I'm just gonna click on them by getting some gold, and yeah, I'm pretty sure we just click on the reload and bodyguard regardless of what else we find. We don't really get that much, honestly. And now the other question is whether how fast do we want to go to the mines, I guess. And the answer to that question is how much damage do you deal the first time through the deck, because the debilitator is probably the worst trap, and you only have 1 turn to deal with it. We got a Blitz Sphere, and those direct hits are gonna be quite handy against that enemy. So we don't care that much in terms of, we could just go now and be okay. Yeah. Now, do we need the extra energy? We can use it, because there's always an energy guarantee there, and you almost always want to go for it, but against greed you pretty much want to go for it every time. The question is, do we take at least 1 fight? And we're probably gonna take 1 fight. We got an explosive from the... Don't totally hate, but it's not fantastic right now. The gold piles weren't really in a position where... Yeah. Do we have another gold pile here? No, we don't. Alright, so... we just go here and buy
Many trinkets from
the reload of the bodyguard. It's fine. It's probably gonna be the reload. I can see, I guess, for the bodyguard, but reload, I guess, helps against Triton Tylor, or mashup against Triton Tylor. We got some daggers, but that makes it a lot easier. That's probably the worst fight right now for us.
So many trinkets from our world.
Some of this looks familiar.
Yeah, I don't need to open the vault there with that. No, it's not Trident Tyler, so this fight should be easy, especially because we play a minion card. So. No, we are taking damage here, unfortunately, because I guess I could have played this on the Dagger Cage. I mean, 5 damage is fine, but wait. Yeah, 5 damage, okay. And we just got a really bad roll there, but I mean, it was a really bad roll, but it just meant 5 damage. That's not like insane. The other options are Raccoons, which it's just about killing the first guy. You need to rush that guy, and then the fight becomes a lot easier. And then the Triton Tyler, which is a lot harder, but is there a world where we go one like this? Well, that just means that we need to do 2 over there, and no, we have to do it this way. Yeah, you really don't want to take the second fight before you have explored as much as you can, and Fugoro showed up.
Goro, what are you doing?
Yes, exactly, Fugoro. That's a pretty decent one to lose, so we might consider going after him, chasing him right now. Now, we did find the third farewell. That means that we probably don't care that much at the moment going to the mines, although we could still go just to get more. But and the other thing to consider is that going to the mines, if you can do it early, you should, because the mines care about damage, and right now you care about damage and mitigation. So if you find good mitigation options, they're not gonna help you in the mines, and they're just gonna screw you over. And saying no to them right now means that you're gonna probably need them later on. So if you could go to the mines without losing, without putting good runes in your deck, you should go early. That's just a common little way of saying that, essentially. And I think we just open balls. We don't care that much about. Blowgun I love. Horse Master is fantastic. Horse Master is a steer, so yeah.
A useful skill.
Concentrate is pretty decent in this type of deck, and it gives us the talent, so we just go for it. Ooh. Oh, these are interesting. We don't have courage sources right now, so Bravado doesn't do much. We do have daggers. That makes power and sources of power in Chara a lot better, but the roguelike is just fantastic. Yeah, the roguelike is just gonna be... We got 2 bodyguards in the deck, so yeah, that's just nonsense. Oh, and it also helps the mines quite a bit, so we just go there. No, I don't even need to open another bolt. Because if we see a Ring of Dominion, I'm clicking on Ring of Dominion because it's fantastic, but it's not going to help in the mine, so might as well just go to the mines straight. And ooh, this is great. So we got Ink, we got Duplication, Mirror Moonstone, or Perfect Diamond. Perfect Diamond is perfect, but Mirror Moonstone is better. So we just do Mirror Moonstone, and it's probably gonna go in one of the bodyguards. So it's gonna be one of those runs. We just end up with 200 block or 100 block each turn just by hitting stuff. Alright, the plans. Just need to make sure you kill them all in the turn. Just don't mess up the order. That's what you. Okay, if I do this, how much time? Oh, that's just a lot of them. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Gotta be honest, that was a bit disappointing, but. Yeah. First trap done. Yeah, in this fight just get about swapping, and these guys swap quite a bit, so should be fine. I messed up the order there, but again, don't think it's gonna matter much. Well, things might get a little bit iffy, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, we still do a lot of damage. We got 4 daggers, that's... And now we got the dagger gauge, so we can use that to block for a lot. Yeah, Mirror Moonstone is probably better than Perfect Diamond here. The Heart is... yeah, it's not that relevant, honestly. We're gonna have to use one of these, although the gem goes to the portal if you don't have a slot, so... Oh yeah, this fight is the problem. It's one of the problem ones, but gonna be able to deal with it quite... So 8. We probably want to block, although that's not a lot of block, not gonna lie. Just do it this way, I think. Hmm. 12. That's the worst fight. In the hardest fight usually. Sometimes puzzling and living are worse, but not often. Well, actually, I guess orb of resistance is also bad, but that one's the worst. So if your deck can deal with that, you're fine. And okay, so if we go here and then we brush from here, we're gonna get those of that overlap. How much do we care about the Uro relic right now? Not, I don't think we care enough to justify going for it. I do like that. So if I do it from here, again, not a lot of overlap.
Hey, my brush.
How much do we care about you? Let's say not a lot. But we probably do it anyways right now, because we don't have any sustain, which is one of the reasons why we would care. And opening again another bolt means that if we find a really good block, we just make our life harder against the fairy, so we just do the fairy. See what we get here. It's useless, but fine. Yeah, 30 damage turn one with 4 daggers. It's pretty good. Pretty decent one, so I'm happy about it. Okay. Do we care about this? The answer is probably not. I can see a case for placing this already. The Acre of Plenty, and yeah, let's just do it already. No, now we're just gonna wait for the good stuff to come. Nice. Yeah. Is it a good time to take the second fight? The answer is not yet. We just get this Jack High straight, and we don't take the room sides. We just need a common ink now, and if we find a good spot, if we could find a good spot for the brush, I would go down to 0 brushes just to guarantee that it's an ink. I wouldn't mind if it's a pigment, honestly. It's just then it's not bad, but generally want to more than 12 if you can afford it. So I do like the alchemist though. And now we like daggers for Shara, and we like marks for Furo here. I mean, we'll like other stuff too, but no, those are the best daggers to hit. And but I think the strike. So Furo Defend is the worst card for Fugoro, and Shara Strike is the worst card for Shara. So I think Fugoro's Defense is better than Shara's Defense a little bit. It's kind of whatever. It's not that relevant. Okay, so the strike, sorry. And we did find the dagger, so there you
Very
go.
well.
Things are shaping up quite nicely now. And we just go and do one of these fights. Yeah, this is one of the harder fights because you get hit for a lot, but it's all about the second turn. If you got protection, it becomes a lot easier. We do have shiny diamonds, so we got one turn that we can just use that if we need to hit an emergency, which I'm gonna be honest, we probably do, so there's no reason why to take that much damage this early. Oh, okay. Now that we have the second bodyguard out, we don't mind waiting one turn. We're gonna be able to block for a lot next turn, so. Even more now. You get full marks. Block. Nice. We get to do it again, I guess. Like, it's kind of over now. $123 block, and we don't even need to use it. Yeah. Now we can just use this to get to the tower. Yeah, it seems like a waste, but it's really not. You want to go to the tower here. We found another farewell that puts us at 5. That means that we're already maxed out of farewells, so we found them quite fast this time around, which is good. Let's visit the runes of sight.
Let's take a look.
Nice. Yeah, and that's often something that gets missed with the hat. It improves the runes of sight so much because you no longer find those big gold piles. It used to be worse, by the way. You used to be able to find just regular gold piles with those runes of sights.
Let's take a look.
I didn't know that could happen, but it's fine. It helps us get Fugoro, and that's a treasure technically, so. I guess we got a little bit of AoE if we need to. We explore a little bit more just in case we find a fight, although I don't foresee any fights that it's so hard that we can't take right now. Like we demolish Lamacorn and we can just probably duplicate the recall. Or even better, the bodyguard with the... Oh, okay. No, this is a weird case where actually Simulacrum of Conning, it's fantastic, so It's the one pair that it just becomes insane. And do we need to do this turn? But not really, but again, that's good enough. And okay. Don't get me wrong, the +5 is fantastic, but this is pretty good too. Oh, actually, Mirror might be just straight up better for the Simulacron. No, we stay here. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna do it, but the correct choice is always Sword the Oath and just clear out the entire map. Now there is a case for that says right now we don't really need it because we already found all the farewells and yeah, there's no, and we can see all the gold piles, so there's still a lot of value in the map, by the way. There's still so much value that it's probably the right choice, but let's just do that just in case. And let me just get strength training and just give it to... Shara has a lot of daggers, so that's quite a bit of scaling. I don't hate that. It's solid choice. And then you have the bodyguards with full auto. But we got our hits already do enough. Like direct hits and sliding strike already do enough to block, so it's gonna be strength training on Shara. Got quite a bit of daggers. And I think we just go straight out talent here. Let's draft some cards. Oh sweet. Yeah, another Devouring one is fine. Especially since now if we play for 2 energy, we also do 5 AoE. I could also see a skip. Yeah, let's just skip. It's not. We already got one of those. I don't need another one. Ooh. It's recall. It's recall because of knife juggling, but another bodyguard, you can't really have enough of those. Well, I guess more than 6. It's a bit starts a bit ridiculous, but we got 1, 2, 3, and then the jack, but the jack goes away. Yeah, no, it's still recall because again we got knife juggling. That makes recall so much better, but. So 1000 costs is way too late for it. Slow machine is always welcome. But I can say upright is probably just good enough. Does AoE damage now. And we can use it a little bit. This we don't care about, honestly. I thought there was another one. Oh, maybe not. Okay.
So many trinkets from our world.
Some of this looks familiar.
The clone is not really good in the deck that we have because it's the last source, so the daggers only count once, so it's not a horrible one. I know a direct hit would work just fine, but I think we just do fights here and then explore a little bit more later and see if we want to do something else. We'll get in that treasure for sure. Don't care about the gold that much. Okay, we're still in the second poll. We're still. It's the focus. This is the worst fight. You can fight in, and this is the main reason you don't really want to rush taking fights in chapter 2. It's probably #1 mistake newer players make. Just try to rush too much against these guys. Again, we're probably safe anyways, but... Oh, I probably messed that one up a little bit, but... I guess we just do this. You want to kill them at the same time. We're so explosive that Man, this is gonna be it. Okay. Yeah, things went well, I guess. Got that Imperial Ink. Can't really use that efficiently to get to the shield. So we just delay it a little bit. I guess if I was gonna do that, I should have just done it before, but it's fine. We got 10 daggers against Magnatas. Sorry, against Negomatas. So, okay. No, things are extra silly now. Yeah, in this fight you do want to kill something fast, but this type of deck is really fantastic against this fight. Even if we didn't have knife juggling, we just don't kill them as fast, but we can just use the daggers to block. So, yeah, okay. And we're in the last pool already. So it's either the spawns, the Raccoon Evokers, or the Frog Dozer. Can probably deal with all of those by next time. Yeah. Okay. Should probably play this before doing anything else. Nice. Nice. Oh, okay. Suppose we do it this way. The key to this fight is just rushing one of them down. Doesn't matter which one. Whichever you can kill faster, which is usually the front one, but I mean they're both bad probably anyways, but Yeah, I meant it for the fights where you don't do this, but... Imperial... Do we want a shot at getting the pigment? The answer is probably not. Yeah, probably not. We prefer the ink. We're gonna get that shield. So okay, it's fructose here. We got an ink on him. That's just silly. Goodbye. That blocks far enough. Yeah, we can probably do this. We only really have one BAM mashup, I think, right now. It's Ground Shaker. It's the elite fight in Chapter 3, where you... if you play a bunch of cards, you essentially get a bunch of damage in. But that's the only one that actually matters at all. Yeah, that is useful because that means that we can probably just do this one. Nice. Let me check the... Oh. Apparently Carnarok Trade with the Gods, it's on sale. According to Steam.
So many trinkets
Now, what
from
are
our
options
world.
here?
Some of this looks familiar.
Again, don't really loving any of this. Divine Cloak is fine. We do have a lot of zero cost, so it's not as good. Focus Prism is legit here. Yeah, let's get this. Okay, so but I need a...
This works.
Just going with this, I guess.
Suitable.
Just doubling down on that, and you can go whatever. You can go reload, big strike. Probably reload, to be honest. Or dagger cage, but yeah, most likely reload because we're gonna play that against it quite often, so may as well do it. No, still haven't found the other lead. So that's another reason to explore a little bit, but honestly, yeah, I don't think it's worth it. You just skip the resource for the next chapter.
Let's get crazy.
This Rapala should be fine. Sure, been really fine, but it's. I mean, I don't think it's gonna matter at all. We don't care that much about taking damage. We're gonna use a bunch of hearts, so. We go Simulacrum. Simulacrum. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I can see you guys for this, but honestly, the direct hit is probably better because that means that we get to do that and the swap. This is 2 extra, and we're good to go.
A legendary creature, to be sure.
Oh, nice.
I think I'll keep it.
Right, so I just use
Nice.
this.
Refreshing. Nice.
Split the amount of resources for next chapter. And okay, he's Solider. We can probably outscale him in terms of allies, so we're just gonna do it this way. Set up this as bait. The extra weekend is useful for sure. Got weekend for next turn as well. And we start working on these guys too. Yeah, sure, why not? Stone machine. That's not bad. We get painted jack. Those extra daggers come in quite nicely. And there you go. We keep the train going. Gonna lose one ally this turn. Yeah. That is useful. Set up this. That is nice. We got the simulacrum. The simulacrum's next turns, and we got 20 daggers, so it should be about enough to pretty much deal with all of the things that we have to deal with. Hello. Hello. Also have a dagger cache. I mean, that Equinox is not gameplay ever, mainly because, well, I think we just hold on a little bit longer and just go off either next turn, just to make things go faster. Hey, probably right now we just need to stop the ground shaker fight and we're good to go.
A worthy foe.
Now, wishing star and anime brush are just fine. I guess we got a lot of allies already. Wishing star is pretty good, but Sheriff Fountain is just amazing, and yeah, especially now that we probably gonna end up with a larger deck. We place it in one of the Soroko fights, and it's probably gonna trigger the weekend. So we just keep the dreams alive. Very afloat. Yeah, sure. We're probably gonna use daggers, but it's a possibility. Quite often makes sense to just get another plan B, to live with the boss. But you enter plan and just check, see what the shop has to offer.
So many trinkets from our
Okay,
world.
another recall is
Some of this
fine, the
looks
rally is great, but we're just gonna click on the recall and get the talent and see what we get. Probably warm up. We don't want take damage, and yep, energy is always nice. Now, chapter 3 fights. The first fight is kind of weird because the Devil Drummer might be that's the one that puts the debuff on you, that it's like 18 damage and you get the drum roll down every time you swap. That fight might actually be worse than a bunch of the fights in the second pool, so if you can explore, you should probably try to explore before just taking that first fight, honestly, and improving. Even if the deck is quite good, which ours is pretty good anyways, but and we're already at the 6th area well, so that's quite nice. How far away are we from the other tower? Oh, we got a 1 tower generation? Ooh, that's weird. Yeah, that doesn't happen often. Okay. Guess we just got a bad roll. Let's just double back to the shop and see what the plan is.
So many trinkets from our world.
None of this actually is. I guess the blood diamond with the dagger cage is another way to go. It's not horrible. The outlaw is fine too. It's a bit slow, but it works out for us, I guess. Yeah, that works wonders. Another tap. Deck is big enough that another tap doesn't hurt us as much. Or at all, really.
So many trinkets from our world.
The rally,
Some of this
it's
looks
fine.
familiar.
Got enough of them to count. Let's do it just for the fun of it. Oh, nice. I think it's gonna be charismatic, although Price Collection is pretty good. Charismatic it's just amazing. I've got so many good allies. And they cost 0 for the entire chapter, and against the boss they just have the original cost, so we mitigate quite a bit the effect. So just take this fight, I guess. Now, you don't have to aim to go for 34 cards each time around, unless you're fighting the Avatar of Mist, which is the guy that dissolves cards. Against that guy, you probably want to aim to go quite high in terms of. Oh right, yeah, I just realized that that's gonna happen too. Yeah, most likely we just gotta heal next turn. Wait, do we have one now? It's 12 per hit. No, we don't have one right now. Just get the extra 5 damage. Just in case we get shot as coin. We didn't, but that's fine. Gotta kill anyways. Triple damage, nice. See what we can find with this.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. I'm just gonna try to plan out a route where we just get all the fights and just move on. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. And that event you usually just want the branches, honestly. It's just alright, this fight still not locked, still locked, so we just go there. I mean, you sometimes want to be efficient, but I don't think there's much of a point trying to min-max everything here. Deck is good enough. You probably just skip the chapter and go straight for the boss. Now we probably want to just delay that and later just get rid of. Well, no, we got what an amount of. Like that defend, it's pretty bad anyway, so I might as well just get rid of it. Nice. I think it's Blowgun with this. Although Magpie is fine, it's just that we already have so many allies that. I mean, I guess the Magpie it's not bad either. Just on its own, it's fine. No, it's not this one, so we'll go for that. Oh, right, I need to do something else, which I guess is just this.
A useful skill.
Oh. Yeah, Fun on Knives is just fantastic, and well, I mean, it's okay. It has its uses. It used to be pretty good against in the demo when you had the Avatar of Needles, which doesn't, it's not a fight anymore. That one had a limit damage per turn, and it put needle cards in your deck. So quite often you care a lot about not feeling your or removing the needles in your guess this fight could get awkward. I don't think it's going to, but yeah, normally it takes a little bit of a little bit of damage, but I mean it's unlikely. No, I'm just talking nonsense, to be honest. I don't think there is a way he will take damage in this fight. Unless I'm not paying attention, I guess. There's always that caveat, I guess. Hope we can look at that. Oh no. Yeah, our only bad mashup is Ground Shaker. And we can just save up a little bit. I get that blood diamond and just do that with the dagger cage. That's just perfectly valid way of dealing with this. Flamethrowers. Flamethrowers has sort of similar mechanic where you just want to rush one of them. A bit fine after that. Oh, I should have drawn before doing all the other stuff, but yeah, we can hold on to that. It doesn't do any damage. So we didn't take any damage, but it's fine. Oh, I guess I should play the coin. I mean, be honest, doesn't matter, does it? Let's just use this. Not gonna kill, but the devouring one probably will, so might as well just do it now. And if it doesn't, it does. Okay. Yeah, the devouring part was enough, so. I don't know, triple damage, Thunder Sphere, that's great. Yeah, we just do it already. Just to make things go faster.
So many trinkets from our world.
Actually,
Some
I
of
need
this
to...
looks familiar.
Oh, I need more gold? 600, oh, okay, so... I don't know why I was mixing up the... No, we can just use it here. Oh, I guess I should have been paying a little bit more attention, but... Again, that's gonna let us get a lot of gold over here, so... No, perfect diamond is perfect, because we can make you a lot better.
Suitable.
You mean suitable? That's fantastic. You can get the common over there. So we got it guaranteed here, I guess. Right, so guaranteed here. We go. Oh, I still need to set up something else. Guess we do it this way. That was worth a shot, I think, but haven't picked up this piece of gold. That should be enough to get us to the blood diamond. There it is. Alright.
So many trinkets from our world.
Some of this looks familiar.
In a good way, but I think it's just gonna be the aggregation.
This works.
And we got the thunder spheres. You can just use the thunder spheres in the emergency. Probably gonna use this here. Just
Suitable.
being able to pick that one up. How many gold bars we're missing? That guy. For these two. That one. This one. And this one's over here. We're kind of coming close, right? Really close of getting all of them. And I wasn't really being that diligent. Well, I could have lined things like Sims up a lot better in this, but we can. So all the fights are unlocked, right? 1, 2, 3, rate 3. So yeah, all of them are. Well, a position tick is enough to get me there, so it's probably not a good reason to. Yeah, I think we could get all of them. What the hell, let's just do it anyways. We got one more here. We got 3 fights, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we got enough. Oh wait, I haven't unlocked this fight. Ooh, I almost messed it up. Wait. So I guess I need to take that for a while. We just do it in this order then. Just deal with the clear out the map. But we're gonna be able to get all the coins, all the gold piles. Oh yeah, great. No, we don't do this yet. Just try to get some coins, I guess. Sorry, so some daggers. We're not gonna use this, so okay. That's quite a bit of damage, but I mean, we have. We have so much incoming damage that I doubt that this matters at all. Again, Ground Shaker, it is a bit of a problem. I mean, we're still taking the lead fights just to show the deck, but right, I'm missing this fight. And where's the other one? There has to be another fight. There it is. Okay. Not playing that for sure. Nice. Get to do this. Set up this thing. Okay, last fight, which we can't really take just yet. It's Blood Fairy, so the other way to lose this fight is actually not pay attention to Blood Fairy. Just take a million damage for no reason. You want to hit in the patience and the recall. But probably not gonna play that up. I mean, we're getting hit for a lot. Alright, but oh yes, nice. Yeah, I know this. Yeah, it's got silly fast. We're not gonna be relevant at all, is it? Okay. Get this. Oh, this is nice.
We'll need this.
Yeah, within 3. Well, or at least 3, I guess, is more accurate. This one I know how many. How much gold we got? And now we're fast. But missing that one, which we can just get easily. Just go in here. Got all the gold, right? Yes, we do. Nice. Actually, we take this fight first. Makes more sense to do that. And we just go. I'm gonna use the defense or something that I'm not gonna use in this fight. The ink bomb. Nice.
Very well.
Is the bomb slinger? Okay. Nice. I guess we're in the business from time strike. It makes things go a lot faster, I suppose. Nice. Question is, well, we want to get 3 cards, or I'll probably won't get 3 cards, but hey, who knows? So what this leads?
Let's take a look.
Oh, nice. On the second lead. Oh, just we'll just take the other Thunder Sphere just in case we need it, and just go through the fight. Yeah, let's make a centipede, okay. It's gonna take a little while, but I don't think we do worry about this fight. We didn't get any draw though. Gotta take that into account, but this weekend is Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're gonna have to use this. Yeah, that's the thing in Epilogue 15 that it often doesn't matter chapter 3. You already have a solution for the run, but I like to play it out anyways. Oh, sweet. Yeah, there's no point in just using all the daggers. We're not gonna be able to kill. Just live that dream of doing that big dagger cage live. We just kill. Probably. Not bad. And I really wanted to see the deck against Ground Shaker, I guess, but other than that, we're good. No, I just realized that I don't need to. Yeah, I had an Golem, so.
I feel stronger.
Ooh, okay. We even got another upgrade here. That's sweet. So double damage goes on. Double damage has to go on something, which I guess is gonna be the tap.
Suitable.
And
This works.
last one. Okay. Let's make it count. What if here? It's probably a better spot. No, nothing useful. And it's just a matter of playing there. I think I just tried to look for a time stack or something here. I didn't quite get there, but it's fine. Concentrate is alright. Smoke bomb is also right.
Suitable.
Could try to buy 3 cards. Not sure it's worth it.
So many trinkets from our world.
Some
Just
of
do
this
it.
looks familiar.
Just for oh, I like objects. It's great. And that's essentially it.
Let's patch up. Nice. Refreshing. Nice.
Just to get the extra points. Yes. Anyways, we're not gonna for having the maximum amount of points, but you do have to be a bit careful here, but let's get rid of a coin. Okay, not the end of the world here. And we can do this. And it goes toward this carpa. Yeah, I like it, I like it. Let's go triple damage. Just... No, just fishing for stuff. I mean, we found some stuff, sure. Well, we'll take the discount, I suppose. Oh, it's not an attack. Oh, okay. I messed that up. It doesn't matter at all. But... I guess it matters a little bit. How much damage is this? It's not enough, so... Oh. No, the weekend we like. 12, 25 times 12. It's not enough. It's 250. Okay. I guess we just do this and draw a bunch of cards. Oh, I just realized the blonde diamond wasn't. Yeah, I just saw it. It's not gonna work. We don't have a way to. We can stack up a little bit of the. Alright. I think we're fine anyways, but yeah. It's gonna be a lot closer than it needs to be, for sure. Yeah, especially since I went down to 0. Oh, it is gonna be a lot closer than it needs to be. Okay. Am I just dead because of how I play this out? The answer is oh, and I just messed it up too. Oof, that was rough. Okay, Fogoro is dead. I mean, I'd still deal a lot of damage, so. And this goes 0 now, so it's one of the reasons why. Yeah, that was close. A lot closer than it needed to be honest. But yeah, I just needed to prioritize just setting up the bodyguards and not using the dagger cage the way I used it. I thought I was gonna be able to obviously Thunder Sphere, but no, it makes sense. It's not an attack.
Rest well.
Yep. Let's check the deck. Yeah, just a fine deck. Just need to, usually in Epilogue 15, you just need to solve Chapter 1. After you solve Chapter 1, you kind of, as long as you don't sacrifice too much in terms of clogging your deck with stuff that is only good in Chapter 1, you should be fine. And yeah, just don't worry too much about building one particular type of deck, and you'll be fine.